In this lesson, we're going to be looking at the slope triangle. Our objectives: understand how to create slope triangle to determine slope. Understand slope of a horizontal line. Understand slope of a vertical line. Vocabulary: slope, movement or slant of a line. Slope triangle, triangle used to determine slope using rise divided by run. The basics of slope look like this. We're looking at how these lines are moving. I have a red line here going up and blue line going down. We use something called rise over run. What we need is 2 points on the line. And from those 2 points, we create a right triangle. The bottom of the right, or the left to right of the triangle, is known as our run. The up and down of the triangle is known as our rise. This line, again, we would need 2 points. Now these points can be anywhere on the line. We just need 2 easy points to work with. And you need a right triangle. So our up and down here would be our rise. And our left to right here would be the run. One more thing that we need to look at is whether the slope is negative or positive. And this is actually really simple. We look at it like it's a book. So here we have a line, and we're going to always start on the left. So we start on our left and we go to our right. Since it goes up, that would be considered positive. Meaning, from left to right, it would take positive effort to get a ball to go up. Then we start from left to right on the other line. Notice how this one goes down. That is considered negative. So now we're going to practice actually finding legitimate numbers for slope. So here I have 2 graphs. We're going to start with the one on the left. I've already picked out 2 points, and I'm going to make my triangle. So I'm going to start here and go horizontally until I get right under my point, and I'm going to go vertically. And so I have a rise and a run. First thing that I like to figure out is this positive or negative? So this one goes up, so this is going to be a positive slope. And then I need to figure out the rise and the run. So what we do is we just count how many boxes there are. I don't have boxes because I don't have it all drawn out, but we count how many boxes are along the bottom. So from here we would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have a run of 6. And here we have a rise of 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 there. So since the up and down goes on top, we get a 3 on the top. Left and right goes on the bottom. We get a positive 3 over 6 for a slope. One thing you need to remember about slope is to always reduce the fraction. So positive 3 over 6 becomes positive 1/2. So the slope here is really positive 1 over 2. Here in our blue graph, we're going to find the slope of this. So again, I need to first make my triangle. And since this one's going down from left to right, this is going to be a negative slope. Okay. And now I just need to figure out the rise and the run. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, looks like 4 up and down, and 1 left and right. So on the top we have 4 because that was our up down, and on the bottom we have 1. So we have the slope -4 over 1. This one doesn't reduce, but we can write it as -4 and get rid of the 1 if we want. Alright, now let's look at horizontal and vertical lines. If you look, what I have here is a horizontal line and a vertical line. If you notice, we can't really make a triangle with these two, so we're just going to try and figure out what their slopes are. So for a horizontal line, notice how there's no slope to it. There's no slope at all. Well, what number typically represents no movement? It'd be 0. So the slope of a horizontal line is always going to be 0. A vertical line, if you notice, this one's a little bit different. It doesn't really have a slope, but if I put a ball on it, it would fall. But we can't really measure it. So in a vertical line, what we do is we call this undefined. And what undefined basically means, the word undefined means that we can't measure the slope. It's immeasurable at this point. Alright, this has been a look at slope triangles. If there are anything that you missed or you need to rewatch, make sure you pause, rewind, and rewatch the video, and bring your questions to class. Thank you.